One of the most common questions, the first question actually that my clients ask me is what's on-page SEO, what off-page SEO is, and what the difference between those two are. Hi, I'm Gordon, and I founded my company, Capri Digital, which has helped seven-figure companies get close and all the way up beyond eight figures. And this is what I think. So for on-page SEO, really, it's the things that you can control, right? It's your website, what content goes into it, how does the header look like? All these things you can control in your website. What you can control is therefore how Google interprets your website. If my website is about burgers, am I going to write something about a car? No, you can't. So if you want to write something like a best burger restaurant in New York, then the best title for your website or your page is, of course, best burgers in New York City, right? So these are the things that you can control. And for off-page is what I like to say, that these are things that we can't exactly control it, because off-page links are kind of like citations, right? Like citations in a research paper. If I like this guy's work, I'll give you a mention. Oh, I believe this because this guy says so. Works very similarly in the off-page world. That therefore says that, well, how can I control if somebody decides to cite my work in their work, right? You can't exactly control that. You can, to an extent, if you write content that is so good or so valuable to somebody else that they think it's so great that they would like to feature it in their website. But at the end of the day, you can't really convince or make sure that they cite your work, i.e. do links to your website. Now, so I like on-page a lot more because it's things that I can control. For example, if I like to link between my pages, so for example, I want to tell Google that this page is for burgers in New York and that page is for burgers in San Francisco, I would link using maybe one of my blog pages to a landing page for burgers in New York. And then I use what you call the anchor text, i.e. telling Google what that destination page is about. I would then link from the blog page to the landing page for burgers in New York with a text that says burgers in New York. While I have another page that is in San Francisco, so I use another blog page and I link from my own blog page to that other page about burgers in San Francisco using an anchor text, burger shop in San Francisco. So therefore, I can control what text I use to tell Google what that page is about, but you also cannot control what texts people use in the off page, right? For the off page, people could use things like click here, read here, or Gordon's website. You don't know what they're going to use. So these are the two differences that I think are the main differences between off and on page. For on page, you can control, and because of that, you are able to help manipulate or rather convince Google that this is for this and this page is for that purpose. But for off page, it's more like other people's vote of confidence. You can convince them, but you can't 100% make them do what we want them to do. So it's more of, if we do good work, they'll reward us. And that's what I think the main difference is. And if you think I'm wrong, please let me know.